And now, back to the Johnny B. Show.
I've been thinking about you. I've been thinking about you. Wondering who's stuck in your head at night. Wonder if I ever cross your mind. Keeping you up in your bed at night. I've been thinking about you. I can't get you off the brain.
Welcome back. It's the Johnny B. Show. 102.5 The Bone. It's Real Raw Radio.
Don't get me wrong, I ain't complaining.
We have Mixtape Monday about to be in full effect in the studio. Like, if you haven't ever tuned in during Mixtape Monday, you picked a good night to do it. So it's about to get super funky after this segment. DJ Don Pablo is in the building.
Yes, indeed. What up, B-holes?
It's good to have you, dude. You've been so busy. It's crazy.
I'll take it 10 times out of 10. I love it.
Yeah. Entertainers don't want to be, not busy.
Hell nah.
I don't like
stuff
it, dude.
I need to promo too tonight.
Oh, we're going to promo like a bitch. I know. I felt all doo-doo about myself because I didn't have any comedy booked this weekend. And then I got a call from a booker today. It's like, we need you. Lakeland needs you Friday.
Perfect.
So Anna will be sitting in C1 on Friday night because I got to go make way more money than I deserve to tell jokes on Fridays.
Oh, Lakeland Liver.
No. It's a Union Hall in Lakeland. It's a dope venue. Really nice, yeah. 727-579-1025, 800-771-1025. Before we get into all the funkiness that'll be happening in the last 90 minutes of the show, not to say he's not funky, but we have in studio a guy that you are growing to know and love. He is Best of the Bay winner for the best local podcast. I mean, clearly better than all the other podcasts. Isn't that right, Will?
Yes, I guess. Apparently.
Rhett Matthews here from the Cannon Fire Podcast. What's up, buddy?
How you doing, man?
How was your mood today after yesterday's game? Pretty good?
I'm pretty good. I'm kind of like the Giants game. I'm still coming down in a good way. But dude, it was a scene in the Buffalo Wild Wings yesterday.
Oh,
Always
yeah.
is,
Yeah,
man.
you went to a watch party, right?
Yes, sir. Out in Pinellas Park, my buddy James.
Kind of wish I would have done that.
Sorry.
Is a
I
watch
heard about-
party just watching the game?
Yeah, but you get like a group of 10,
Yeah, like-minded
15
people.
together. And then
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but a lot of times watch parties will be for fan bases outside of here. Like, there's a bar in Brandon that's all Buffalo Bill fans, so they all kind of meet up, all these transplants. There's a lot of Giants fans that live here, people that used to live in New York, right? Like Don Pablo. It just all depends. Like, I think there was a Cleveland Browns. There's their place where they were all partying yesterday. I don't know. It's crazy. But, of course, you're going to get a lot more Bucs fans, hopefully, here because they go to bars and not the stadium. But, yeah, I was at Hooters, and everybody's so excited. Their babies were screaming and hollering while I was trying to enjoy my oysters and wings and tater tots.
we had a few babies in the Buffalo Wild Wings. One was like kind of in the corner next to us.
Yeah.
Being neglected like it should have been.
Yeah.
Right.
There you go.
You know.
What you do is you just walk by when the parents are, like, looking at the TV. Throw that baby in the garbage.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Their parents are digging into their, section.
You're a dumpster baby now.
Yeah, that's where you live now, baby. You loud-ass dumpster baby.
We got quite a few dirty looks, though, because for
Yeah.
2.5 hours, we were the loudest people in that joint, and it was a good time. It was a really, really good time.
What a game. If you're not a fan of football, or if you're not a fan of the Bucs, first of all, screw you. Second of all, what an absolute crazy game, record-breaking game. And also welcome all your listeners, Cannon Fire Podcast listeners, because you do drop this every Tuesday for your podcast listeners, and
Yes,
you
sir.
have a ton of them, so it's really awesome. But for them to score 55 points, franchise record, and they also broke a record and I didn't know this one, I read this one today, an NFL record for the most points scored on a 3-0 team.
Really?
Yeah, never happened. Ever
Nice.
happened. And there was some other records that they broke yesterday too. Either way, top 5 defense in the Rams, and they ran that score up. So
Yeah.
it was pretty awesome to watch. And then you still hear the naysayers about the defense. But the thing is, I try to explain to people because people are stupid. Most people are stupid. They're like, yo, the defense sucks, bro. They allow 40 points. All right, first of all, there was a pick six.
33.
Okay,
33.
and 33, and two of those touchdowns were during kind of garbage time when they had a big lead and they kind of softened up a little bit.
And that's the big thing. That's kind of the argument that's been made is that people have been saying, oh, the secondary is as bad as it's ever been. Yeah, the front seven's doing its job, but we need guys in coverage. Kind of, yeah, but again, a lot of the yards that the Rams picked up, 500 plus for Jared Goff, it was all in garbage time.
Yeah.
You know, the past 3 years, the Bucs have had a top 5 yardage offense, and the argument is made with people who like to hate on the Bucs. Oh, it's all in garbage time. So now, when the roles are flipped, it's just not the same.
Well, he threw for 500 and some yards, but he also was it was the third most passing attempts in the history of the NFL.
For like 70 times.
68, yeah. 70 was the second most by Drew Bledsoe about 23 years ago for the Patriots. I read way too much about football. But they ran the ball, I think, 5 times the whole game. So, okay, there you go. You know why they ran the ball 5 times? Because they knew it wouldn't work if they ran the ball too much against our defense. So we had 4 turnovers, 1 for a touchdown to ice it with Ndamukong Suh. So I was happy with the defense. Of course, Shaq Barrett, he had another strip sack that Sue ran in. He had an interception. He had a deflection that led to an interception.
Exactly. This man deflected and then caught his own interception. The fact that we didn't give him a long-term extension by halftime of that game really worries me because every single week, his price tag is going up.
He plays so good. Like if his character on Madden played that good against me,
right,
I'd throw my joystick against the wall, like smash it, like a pissed off 14-year-old. I would smash it. I would rage quit. I'd kick my Xbox. I'd probably punch a window. And he does this in real life. And he's a damn free agent. We picked up on a 1-year contract for nothing. Yeah, you're right. We need to sign his ass quick, real quick.
It's got to happen, buddy. It really does.
The other thing I would like to see happen, since we have a little bit more cap room. And I saw somebody tweet this out yesterday. And most of the time people are real stupid on Twitter, but this one made sense. Like, try to go out and make a trade for one solid corner, because we could use a veteran. And that one solid corner, you know the one I'm thinking about.
P2?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
There's a guy sitting there on a really horrible Arizona team that's still one of the best guys out there. You go out and get Pat Pete. We have almost $7 million in cap room next year. He makes $7 million. That's what he makes.
I personally think that if the Bucs are going to go after a lockdown corner, it's not going to be till the offseason. But Patrick Peterson is a guy that you think about. Xavier Rhodes out of Minnesota is another guy you think about.
Yeah, he's been kind of doo-doo lately,
He's
though.
not what he was, but he's still a good corner, man. And I mean, you never know.
I don't know, man. It's cold in Minnesota. It's easy to cover people. You know what I mean? Everybody's cold. You betcha. I'm going to go out and get a touchdown over here in Minnesota. Oh, boy. Oh. I want a guy that plays in the heat. You know what I mean? Like Pat Pete, baby. Pat Pete's tall. He's long. He's down to get the friction on. I think he'd be the guy for us, man. Go out and get him.
Pat Pete definitely makes
He
the
played
most
for
sense.
Arians, man. Go get him.
Right. That's all you got to say.
Yeah.
And there's another name that got released today that people want to bring up. And in my opinion, I don't think it makes a lot of sense. But DJ Swearinger was released today by Arizona.
Man, he's 72 years old.
Yeah, but the Bucs also don't really need help at safety. We just, like you said,
he was covering Fran Tarkenton.
We need a lockdown corner.
Yeah, you're right. Anyway, we're getting way ahead of ourselves. Let's talk more about the game. What was the most impressive thing the Bucs did yesterday? Obviously, Jameis Winston, almost 400 yards, 4 touchdowns. The running game was great. What was your biggest takeaway?
There's 2 big things that I took away from this game. One was that the offensive line did not get penalized one time.
I know. Dude, I was going to say, my if I had to pick my favorite player, it's the entire offensive line.
Yeah.
Because Jameis had time to go through his progressions, and Donovan Smith laid a nasty hit.
Did you see the bruise on the side of Marcus Peters' face?
Yeah.
Dude,
I enjoyed
almost
it.
murdered that man. I'm surprised he hasn't been fined yet.
I know. The biggest complaint on Donovan Smith that everybody's always had is he doesn't play to the whistle, right? He'll miss a block and kind of just stand around like a fat dude looking for ice cream. And then when that guy, when Peters ran that touchdown in, he ran over like Peters had ice cream and busted his ass. It was so people call it a dirty hit. I just call it aggressive football.
He was definitely playing in his emotions. But the funny thing is, like Donovan Smith, he's all over Twitter and Instagram today. I'm surprised he's not trying to lay low after that drive-by shooting.
He can't lay low. He's 6'5".
That's very true.
Yeah, 6'7". I don't know. He's a giant man. I saw him in person one time. Very scary.
Yeah?
Yeah, not as scary as DeMar Dotson. DeMar Dotson is a very scary look. He's like 6'9".
Yeah, like
Yeah.
6'9", 6'10", or something like that. He is a ridiculous-sized human being. And, I mean, he didn't look too bad yesterday, but
Everybody looked great. I thought the offensive line played pretty damn good. So.
Alex Kappa, he did a pretty good job of holding Aaron Donald.
Aaron Donald? I mean, they double-teamed him, but you have to. But did you hear his name one time?
Nope.
No, not one time. So
He had maybe one tackle in the backfield every now and again, but
Yeah.
for what we were expecting, they did their job.
it was exciting. It was good stuff. Hey, do we have the predictions from last week? I know Ryan Adams, he didn't leave them with you?
No, I don't
Fired,
have them, sorry.
Ryan!
Oh.
You're fired! Oh, I
I
hope
know.
you're selling cars, bitch! Sorry.
He is.
I'm sorry.
Sold
that was-
3.
Oh, good for him.
I know off the dome,
Okay.
you were the only one who picked the Bucs to win.
I know, because I'm the only real Bucks fan here.
I think it was like 31-14.
No, I think I had it. I
31-17.
think I had it close. I think it was like 21-16 or something. I thought it was
Okay.
going to be.
I thought you thought they were going to lose.
No, I was the only one to pick the Bucks. Only one. Only one. Because I'm ride or die. I ain't like you, negative bitches. No, I really did feel like we were going to win this game. I really did.
Did Anna pick a team?
Yes.
Yeah, Anna always
Yeah, she
picks
did.
like a realistic score. Like I think she picked the Rams 731-3 or
That's
something
not
like
true.
that.
I
And
know
her
the
MVP
range of scores
Her
of
MVP
the points.
was her MVP was Jaquavius.
Yeah.
Dante.
Dante Jaquavius
Johnson
Adams
the
or
third.
something. All right, yeah, it didn't work. I
Brown.
think I had my MVP as Cameron Brate, and he actually had a pretty good game. But I don't know. Either way, what an exciting win. Now we're 2-2. Of course, the Cowboys gave me another reason to hate the Cowboys last night. I actually watched the fourth quarter of that game. I'm like, look, I'm never going to root for you guys unless you're playing the Saints.
I mean, this is the Cowboys we're talking about. You know, they came out of the gate 3-0, and then they actually had to play a decent football team in the
Yeah.
New Orleans Saints, and they could not do it.
Can we talk about overrated? Let me tell you the definition of overrated. His name is Dak Prescott. This is overrated. The whole NFL was just gargling his nuts. Just gargle the first 3 weeks. They need to pay this man. You know who he beat? He beat the 3 worst defenses in the league. Literally the 3. He played the Dolphins. Yeah, guess who could beat the Dolphins? Me. I can quarterback a team. We can put a team together right here in this room. Right now. Just call it the entertainers, right? Oh, it's a bunch of entertainers, right? And then I could quarterback the team. We could beat the Dolphins. They beat the Giants. Sorry, Pablo. You know that defense. You know what I'm saying, right? And then they beat the Redskins. The Redskins might be worse than the Dolphins. They're so bad at football. And everybody's like, Dak Prescott, boy, he's the best. Then they played not even the best. The Saints are they're good. They're not great.
They don't have Drew Brees right now either.
Exactly. Their backup
Drew
quarterback.
Brees don't
New
play
Orleans
defense,
Saints.
but yeah.
They're still a solid team, but Teddy Bridgewater is not Drew Brees, and you cannot replace that even with play calling.
Well, I'm
So,
just saying their defense shut Dak Prescott out, and then he had the opportunity. He could have got a contract this week. He could have got the extension. You know Jerry Jones, who I saw a video of him drunk as hell on Bourbon Street, which was kind of dope. If he had a minute and 30 seconds left, down by 2, all you got to do is drive him to field goal range, and he took like 2 sacks. He threw some horrible passes. He threw a pick. That was his chance right there. He could have signed that $100 million deal probably this week if he would have made that little – all he needed was like 50 yards. Just 40, 50 yards, get in field goal range and win the game. And then the Bucs could have been tied for the division. Now we got to beat the Saints next week.
I have a question.
What?
How did Gay do this week?
He was perfect.
Gay was
Yay.
Gay was straight this week. You know what I mean? Like he was good. Like he did miss an extra point, but it was a penalty, so he got to try it again.
Oh, yeah, he did. Oh,
Yeah.
okay, my bad. But
Yeah,
he
yeah.
was overall 9 for 9, and Johnny, all he had to do was change his damn shoes.
Yeah. He had some real gay shoes on last week. They were like bright yellow, like super bright yellow, like highlighter yellow. And I think it messed up his feet, right? His feet were like, I'm too gay. And then he kicked the ball to the wrong place. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Don't give me that look like I'm offending people.
I know.
No, there's people right now in St. Pete going, he's right. Those shoes are gay. Too gay. 727-579-1025, 800-771-1025. If you want to put your 2 cents in on the Buccaneers, we'll take that. We have to talk about the game coming up, obviously. Okay, so before we do that, who are you most disappointed in with the Bucs? I mean, after a 55-40 win.
Man. MJ Stewart had another pretty bad game.
He's slow, dude. I think I could beat him in a foot race.
He's pretty slow, and
Yeah,
it
he's
just
a
kind
little
of
slow,
stresses that need for the Bucs to go out and get a lockdown corner
Yeah.
because the guy who's got to step up the most is Vernon Hargraves III. Because, I mean, The good news, we got Ryan Smith coming back this week, but I think having Ryan Smith back helps you on special teams more than it does defense. Because, I mean, I don't know, man. He's a solid player. He's made the team, but I just don't think he's going to help us out.
Can we stop saying the third after Vernon Hargraves? Because I don't think the first and second are getting much press. You know what I mean? Like I don't think people are mixing them up. You're like, guess who I saw at Wawa the other day on 4th Street? I don't know. Vernon Hargraves. Which one? The second or the third?
You never know.
All right. I'd like to meet the first. He's probably dead. I was going to say Vernon Hargraves is the person I was most disappointed in yesterday. I thought he got lit up a little bit, but he was against 3 really good wide receivers, so it doesn't matter. The fact is they won, I thought, very, very impressively. And what I hate about the media when it comes to the Bucs is nobody's saying like how great the Bucs looked, like ESPN and everything else. You know what they're saying? Oh, the Rams obviously took them lightly. They were looking ahead. That's what they were doing.
Nate Burleson on Good Morning Football this morning gave us some respect.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool to see. And Steve Smith Sr., of all people.
Not junior. Not the junior one?
Right, not the junior.
Yeah,
Gotta
I hate that
clarify
guy.
The
Yeah.
first. Steve Smith, the first.
Right.
He said that the Bucs are the new kings in the NFC South. Wow. Yeah. End quote.
Well, right now the NFC South is wide open.
It definitely
wide
is, but
open.
think of it- but
Carolina's
think about it.
not that great. They're okay, right? They're starting to play a little bit better. Atlanta's garbage now, right? They're doo-doo.
I love it. I love it.
The Saints, like you said, Drew Brees and around, they're one injury away from being bad. What happens if Alvin Kamara goes down?
Right.
Okay. Then what do they got? They're average, maybe average.
Michael Thomas on checkdowns.
Yeah, and good luck when Jameis is on. Good luck stopping us from scoring because we got too many weapons. Mike Evans is a damn animal. And then Chris Godwin, people still aren't respecting Chris Godwin. He's only catching like 15 passes a game.
Chris Godwin, Sunday stat line for you, 12 receptions, 172 yards.
With a hip pointer.
And 2 touchdowns. Yes, he toughed through a hip injury
Damn.
and played in that game and put up some blockbuster numbers.
He had a pain up in his hip. There's no way, dude. My hip hurts. I'm not even leaving the house.
I had my stepdad told me today, a diehard Pats fan. He's like, oh, that receiver Godwin you had came out of nowhere. I'm like, dude, you're 2 years late.
Hey, tell your stepdad not to call himself a diehard Pats fan, all right? It's too easy to be a Pats fan, all right? He's
He's been a
diehard.
Pat
They haven't
fan.
lost since Clinton was in office. Like, they have no idea. Diehard. That's like saying I'm a diehard pizza fan. Like, no,
but to be
it's easy to
fair-
love pizza.
But to be fair, I'm pretty sure his first heartbreak in football history was the
85 Super Bowl. That's so cocky. They're like,
Yeah,
give the ball to
good.
the fat guy for a touchdown. They're like, but we have one of the best running backs in history. But shut up. Peyton's fine. He's going to live forever. 727-579-1025, 800-771-1025. Don't look at me like that, Anna. Anna, what do you think? Who's your favorite player yesterday in the Bucs-Rams game? Who?
Sagittarius.
Sagittarius? That's not a person. That's not a person. It's not.
Johnson the third.
Johnson the third.
Sagittarius.
That's what she also
Johnson
calls me.
Sagittarius. She just goes with what sounds like a football player, and it's so blatantly racist. I can't. I can't.
I'm not far off. Okay.
I don't know if there's really a Sagittarius Johnson, but that's
Do you want me to
great.
Facebook it?
Facebook search.
Okay, let's see.
That'd be nuts, right?
He's probably a bartender.
We got to get him in
Soho.
studio.
Oh,
If
it's
there's
a porn pseudonym.
Right.
Oh, for real. It's some dude with a giant ding dong that was born in December.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yep.
Boom! There's my boy Sagittarius! Oh, damn, he's
Oh,
handsome.
that's hilarious.
Sagittarius looks.
Look at the eyebrows on the prick, too.
That's a good-looking
Good
cat.
God.
Hell yeah.
Amazing.
Yo.
Oh, my
On the other
God.
side of the room.
Sagittarius.
Yo, that is hilarious.
Everybody.
Yeah.
All right, here's what we're going to do. We got to do this like at least once
This
a
prick
week.
calls in the show.
No, we got it once a week. We got to come up with like a horrible, unbelievable name, and then
See if it
search and
exists?
see it. Yeah, and then we got to get them on the show. I need to find out how this came about, like, because I think that was a mess up. I think that the mom was like, she was in distress, right? She just popped the baby out. Her mind wasn't right. She probably did a lot of drugs, like for the pregnancy, and then they were like, "Ma'am, what do you want the baby's name to be?" And she's like, "He's a Sagittarius," and they're like, "Okay." He's a handsome dude.
I know.
Yeah, man. I ain't gay, but I know when a guy looks good. That's a Sagittarius is a good-looking
I'm
cat.
gonna see if I can find a football picture or something.
I don't know.
Why are you assuming he plays football?
He looks athletic. I don't know.
I think he's a cop.
Oh my God! Officer Sagittarius?
Nah, no way.
Hell yeah.
Johnson.
Johnson. Dude, that's a dope name, for real.
Yeah, well, you're welcome.
All right, let's get our predictions for next week. We are playing the Saints in New Orleans. This is like week 2 of our 6-week away stretch, which is a big FU from the NFL scheduling department. The Saints still without Drew Brees. We whooped him there in week 1 last year with a horrible Fitzpatrick at quarterback. James is firing on all cylinders right now. All the haters can suck it. He had one bad pass yesterday, and there's people that hate him are still like, yeah, idiot, tried to throw the game away. See what he did? See what he did? Same old James. Shut up, idiot. Carl, you jerk off. Anyway, wearing a flannel shirt. It's hot outside, Carl.
Yep. Told you can't trust those cats. Was he sweating?
Yeah, he's sweating.
Oh, okay.
Sweating like he was telling a lie while he was smoking crack. Anyway, so what do you think's going to happen in New Orleans next week?
I'll tell you what, man. These division games are always so hard to predict.
By the way,
especially
I keep forgetting that your podcast listeners listen to this segment, and I know you're probably getting DMs like, why is this fat asshole screaming during a football
nobody
segment?
knows that you're fat. I mean,
Oh, well, they know now. I am bloated. I am fat. Yeah. I'm wearing an Adidas suit, and I look like the whole Adidas store from the International Mall right now. I'm one big-ass discount store. All right, who's that? Who's on the phone? Some bitch?
Yep.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
I saw your face. I'm like, bitch.
yeah,
And
you
hung
slammed
up.
that phone down
Anyway,
pretty upset.
Yeah, he did.
These division games are so hard to predict, and I mean, we're talking about a Saints team that isn't firing all cylinders, but we're talking about a Bucs team that I can't even predict just because of the mentality that BA brings forward. So it'll be an interesting game. I want to say it'll be a lot of points scored again. I'll go 35-28 Bucs.
35-28 bucks?
Yep, I think they pull it off,
All right.
and I think, honestly, if they got to drop a game, it'll be to Carolina, and I think we go into the bye week 3-3.
Oh, okay. All right. Anna, what is your prediction for the game next week?
I think
By the
that-
way, I just looked up Sagittarius Johnson is playing next week.
Nice.
For the Saints.
That's my guy. That's my dude.
Yeah.
All right. I think that the Bucks are gonna win,
Okay.
but not by much.
All right.
It's gonna be a slim win. I'm thinking maybe 24-21.
24-21.
Wow.
24-21.
Who would be the MVP of the game for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers?
Here we go.
Yeah.
Mike Evans.
That is a
That's
good
a player,
pick.
right?
Yeah,
Wow.
that's a good
Yeah,
pick.
he'll bust up Marshawn Lattimore once again. I'm excited to see it.
They might fight each other. I didn't ask for your MVP. Who's the standout for the Bucks?
My gut says I want to pick Shaq Barrett because, I mean, of course, he's having the best.
Until he shows you otherwise, why not?
Yeah, really. Honestly, I think Vita Vea comes up big a few times.
Yeah, Velveeta.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's good, dude.
I like Velveeta.
William Kuntz. Who do you think? Who wins this game? What's the score? And who's the MVP?
I'm going to pick the Saints just because I know if I do, the Bucks
Son
will
of a
win.
Bitch. Okay, good then.
So I'm going to go 27-31 Saints.
Okay, so the Saints have 31, the Bucks have 27, and who's the MVP?
I'm going to go Shaq Barrett.
Okay, all right, cool. Don Pablo, you're here. Give me a guess.
I don't want to disappoint the fans.
No, they don't care.
All right, I'm going to say Saints, and I'll take them by 5. Not to mention the score.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. You just disappointed me.
Sorry.
All right, look. Their best player is Alvin Kamara. Clearly, that's their best player. Now that Drew Brees is out. So what are the Bucs really, really good at? Shutting down good running backs. So that means Teddy Bridgewater has to beat the Bucs all by himself with a guy named Michael Thomas. I ain't scared, right? I think that Todd Bowles preps this defense, and they go in there and really shut ish down, right? Plus, I don't know if you've seen our offense. Pretty damn good, right? So they got to stop us, which isn't going to be easy. I think it's going to be a lower scoring game than people think. I think the Bucs pull this one off, and it will be 24-13, and there will be either a defensive touchdown or at least a turnover in the red zone that will make an easy touchdown for us. Oh, and your MVP, Levante David, 2 interceptions.
So you think Ndamukong Suh will clock 18, 19 miles per hour again this week?
Dude, how fast did he look?
18 and a half. was
Did
what
he
they-
really?
Yeah.
When did they start measuring miles per hour? This is the first season I've been noticing
They've been
this.
doing it a few years. They mostly do it with receivers. I don't know if it's like an educated guess. I don't know.
No,
if they
they're
break down.
really clocking them. They got like a cop out there with a damn hairdryer. Like, got him. Yeah, Jameis ran like 21 miles an hour the other day. That's crazy.
I want to guess they just do the math between like he picks up the ball at the 35 and he gets to the goal line in this much time.
I want one. I
That's a
want
lot of
to
math.
have 2 of those in my house, right? I want to have 2 of those speed guns in my house. I want one from my couch to the bathroom, right? And I want one from my
the
couch
fridge?
to the fridge. Hell yeah, right? Obviously, the one to the fridge is going to be impressive, but it depends on how many times I went to the fridge. That one to the bathroom is going to clock a good time at least once or twice a week, right?
Photo finish.
You know what I'm saying? Like I eat a bunch of sriracha. Woo!
They're taking applications right now for the XFL roster draft, bro. Throw those numbers out there.
I ain't trying to get hit in my age right now, dude. I remember I got invited to the Tampa Bay Storm first season tryout. That's how long ago that was.
Really?
Yeah, because I just got out of high school playing football, but I gained a bunch of weight like a year after high school. Like I was just like lazy and just eating everything that I could grab, like just anything, food, babies, bicycles, whatever I can eat. I just ate it. And then one of the coaches called me up, was like, we're having tryouts. I'm like, man, I'm 400 pounds. He's like, all right, well, see you later, bye. And he just hung up on me. It was bad. But I went out there and watched the tryouts because a couple of my boys were in it. And the funniest thing I ever saw at the Tampa Bay Storm tryout, Donald Igwe-Buike. You remember him? He was a kicker for the Bucs in the 80s. I believe he's Nigerian, right? Good kicker, right?
Wasn't he for a while? He was like our best kicker we ever had, right?
Oh, he was good. He was in the 80s, right? The team sucked, but he could kick really well. He was at the Tampa Bay Storm tryout after his NFL career kind of died out. He was smoking a cigarette, kicking like 45-yarders at the tryout.
And that was
Dude, he had a heater hanging out his mouth like a cowboy. Just
It sounds
booting.
like Sebastian Janikowski.
No, Janikowski would be on Molly and selling it too. Yeah. He's like playing EDM, like doof, doof, doof. I'm blowing up, kicking it to Pinellas County. No, it was crazy though. All right, so there you go. That is our predictions. Hopefully they will come true. Make sure you're downloading the Cannon Fire podcast on all your podcast platforms. If you're listening as a podcast listener, thank you for listening and keep tuning in. Three shows a week now, right?
Yes, sir. 3 shows a week, so we're dropping them Monday nights. Tuesday is every new Bucs break. That's first thing in the morning. And then Thursday night, we got another show.
How can they find all of the social media for the Cannon Fire podcast?
We are on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. All of those are pretty much Cannon Fire Podcast. You just search it, you'll find us.
And, of course, you are at Redicus.
Yes, that is me, at Redicus, RHETTAKUS on Instagram and Twitter. If you follow me, chances are I'll follow you back.
Yeah, he's very thirsty. Thanks, buddy. We will have him back next Monday, hopefully talking about another victory. Now we got to take a break. When we come back, it's about to get funky in here. It's Mixtape Monday. We have like all the best hip-hop in the studio. Don Pablo, Mike Mass, Perception, Danny Vintage. It's going to be stupid. Don't go anywhere. It's a Johnny B Show.
It's the Johnny B Show on 102.5 The Bone.